Rate of a chemical reaction. Rate means speed. Speed means distance covered by time taken. See, this is my home. From my home, there is one place A at 40 kilometer. There is one place B 100 kilometer. Now I start from A at T initial is equal to 12:30 p.m. Then I reach to the B at T final time at 2 o'clock in the evening, or we can say 14 p.m. So I start at 12:30 p.m. and I reach there at 14 p.m. Now I want to find out the speed. The speed is equal to the final kilometers, that is 100 kilometers, minus initial kilometers, that is 40 kilometers, and the final time, that is 14 pm, and the initial time, that is 12:30 pm. So this time, if I convert into minutes, they turns out as a 90 minutes. This, if I write, it is 60 kilometer. 90 minutes is nothing but 1.5 hour, and 60. So if I divide 60 with 1.5, what I'll get is 40 kilometer per hour. So this is how, my dear student, we come to know about the speed. Same way, if a chemical reaction takes place, what happens? It turns out to be that gives B plus C. A is a reactant, B and C are product. At T is equal to 0 time, A has got X mole and B and C are not yet produced. So they have got their 0 moles. At T is equal to T time, suppose Y mole of A is used. So X minus Y mole of A are left, and Y mole of B and Y mole of C are produced. I hope you understand, my dear students. So now when we look at this condition, what do we observe or what do we understand? Let us write it and study it in detail. See, if we observe, we realize that the concentration of reactant decreases as the time passes. The concentration of products increases with the time. Initial concentration of product is 0. So if we plot a graph of concentration versus time, you can see here this graph, my dear students, and understand it well. You can see here, this is on y-axis we have taken concentration, on x-axis we have taken time. This is the graph for the reactants. So the concentration of reactants decreases as the time increases, and the concentration of product increases as the time increases. Initially the concentration of product is 0. So this time we call it as a t is equal to 0 time, and at t is equal to t time, equilibrium is established between the reactants and products, and after that their concentrations are constant. They do not change. Even if the time increases, the concentration remains the same. Here you can see that this is the X concentration, which is the initial concentration for reactants, that is decreased to certain concentration at T is equal to T. So it becomes X minus Y when the time is T is equal to T. Same way, the initial concentration of product is 0, and that becomes Y at T is equal to T time. Now let us choose the time between these two. First time we call it t is equal to ti, that means initial time, and t is equal to tf, that means final time. In between this, if we observe that the concentration is for product, if we look at, the initial concentration is pi and the final concentration is pf. If we look at reactants, we will realize that the initial concentration is Zi and the final concentration is Zf. Now you can see easily understand. We observe that at equilibrium this concentration become constant. We observe that Zi concentration which is initial and Zf the concentration which is final, Zf is less than Zi. But we take the difference of final minus initial, therefore Zf minus Zi. As Zf is less than Zi, this answer will be less than 0, or we can say that the value of Zf minus Zi will be negative. But if we think about Pi is less than Pf, therefore we will understand Pf minus Pi is greater than 0, and the value of Pf minus Pi will be positive because the final value of concentration is greater than the initial value of concentration. So here in a chemical reaction, with time the concentration change. Thus, change in the concentration per unit time is called the rate of chemical reaction. Rate of chemical reaction is equal to change in concentration divided by change in time, that is delta C divided by delta T. Delta C for reactant is negative and delta C for product is positive. Now here are some important notes, my dear students. Rate of reaction can be rate of disappearing of reactants, or it can be rate of formation of products. So we can calculate the rate of reaction with reference to both reactant as well as products. If reactants and products are more than one with respect to each reactant and products, rate of reaction can be calculated. So my dear students, today we have started understanding the rate of reaction and we have started understanding about the chemical kinetics. I will suggest you to solve the first three questions of exercise and one or two in text question if you can. If you cannot, no problem, we will discuss it. But just read the textbook of this chapter. Thank you, my dear students. Happy learning.